Hi. Hello. Okay. Nice to be here. People tell me I'm not as successful in life because I get in my own way. You ever hear that advice? You get out of your own way, right? So get out of your own way. Get out of your own way, right? Now, I'm a big guy. Plus, I have to get out of my own way. If I'm not careful, we could bump into each other, right? Then I realized, you ever hear the child, my therapist told me about the child within, right? Everyone has an inner child that's in conflict with the adult. So we have 2 adults and 2 children, and I didn't eat yet. Okay. Then I realized that the negative voice in my head is not my voice, it's the voice of my father. So we have 4 people and 6 voices. And I grew up Jewish and religious. So not every person, has a body, also has a soul. So we have 4 people, 6 voices, and 4 souls. Anyway, I'm in the psych ward. And the rabbi comes to visit me and he says that every soul has 5 levels. That's the end of the joke. Okay. Okay, now, I grew up in what you would call an ultra-Orthodox Jewish neighborhood, a Hasidic neighborhood in Brooklyn. Okay? Now, people tell me, don't make jokes, just talk about yourself. Okay, so let me tell you my story. Okay. Now, I grew up Jewish. Okay, really, really, really Jewish. When I was growing up, I thought that the whole world was Jewish. Imagine that. 6 billion Jews in the world. No one would get any work done, okay? Everyone would be talking the whole time. Okay. You can hear me? Is this sound? Yeah. Okay. That was the end of that joke. Good. I actually grew up, okay, so I'll tell you a little about myself. I actually grew up in a poor Jewish home, okay, which was very confusing. All right. Now, the thing is, in my neighborhood, religious Jews, they don't study. They only study religious subjects. They don't like outside subjects. They find outside subjects to be evil. Okay, like they find science, math, social studies, all that stuff. They find that to be evil. And well, they did have a good point when they came to geometry. So okay. Now, nothing made sense growing up. Okay, we were Jewish and Republican, lived in Section 8 housing, and believed in small government. My friend had it better. Okay, his family had Section 8, but they also owned the building. Okay. Now, religious Jews don't believe in outside influences. Okay, they want to have their own world, which is their own beautiful world. They don't believe in outside influences. Okay, they only believe. So therefore, they only have their own sort of community, which is great. Okay, but they don't believe. They don't have newspapers. They don't have TVs. They don't have any outside influences. Okay, but it's kind of weird because some people say Jewish people control the media. Okay, we didn't grow up with a TV. All right, so it turns out I was controlling something that I didn't even know existed. Okay, that's the punchline. Okay. The next joke is a little too sophisticated. I don't get it myself totally, but I'm going to say it anyway. Okay. That's the thing with Jewish people. Okay, they don't talk straight, all right? Jewish people always put emotional puts and calls before and after every statement. Okay? For example, a Jewish guy's going to say, "Let me tell you something," and then they put an emotional put, to expose it to protect themselves from future exposure. I'm not going to say it's a to criticize you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying they're just telling it to you. Then they make their statement and say, "Listen, I'm not saying it's the worst thing you ever." They put an emotional call. I'm not saying this is the worst thing you ever did. I'm not saying the best thing you ever did. Just anyway, whatever. Listen, you have to know a lot about Wall Street and stocks to get that joke. And if you know a lot about Wall Street and stocks, that joke doesn't really make any sense. So anyway, whatever. What are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. Jews are not totally comfortable where they are. That's the thing. Why do you think Jewish people give so much money to charity? Because they want to make the world a better place? No. Okay, they're just not totally comfortable being rich. Okay, here, have some. Okay. I think 2 people in the back got that joke. Yeah. So yeah, listen, the community I grew up was great. Hasidic families are really, really big, okay? They have like a lot of kids, like a lot. Okay, average American family, what do you got, 2, 3 kids? All right? Yeah, average family in my neighborhood, there was like 17, okay? I figured they needed to get back at Hitler and the History Channel. Okay, so they would have 2 kids, and then another 7 kids. We would call them the Hitler children. Yeah, they were all very good speakers. Okay, I don't like that joke. I said it, but I don't like it anyway. Now, boys and girls grew up separate from each other. Actually, one second, I'm supposed to pause and wait for people to laugh, so I'm forgetting that. I have that in the notes. Okay, boys and girls are separate from each other. That's the thing. Very religious places, boys and girls grew up separate schools and everything. And I have like 80 cousins, okay? So when I'm in my neighborhood, a girl would come over to me and say hi. I would say, "Oh, wait 1 second. Is there something wrong with you, or are we actually related?" Okay. And I just realized now that's probably why the rabbis didn't want you to talk to girls on the street, because they may be your cousin. Next page. Okay, we're not going to make that joke for obvious reasons. Okay, anyway, so I wanted to move out of my neighborhood. I got a little older, I wanted to move out of my neighborhood. So I was like, I want out. I wanted out of the religious neighborhood, I wanted to be on my own. Luckily I'm wearing this hat still. I wanted to be on my own, I wanted to be free, I wanted to hang out with normal people like you. That was a joke. Okay, my father was very, very supportive of me moving out of the neighborhood. He told me no matter what, that the Gentiles will always hate the Jews. Okay, he was right about Tinder. All right? Yeah. No one ever swiped me right. All right? Could only be anti-Semitism. That's it. You know. Anyway, so I traveled in a bunch of different places, and I ended up living in a communal house in Bushwick. Really a lot of fun. A place called the Castle. Okay, and it didn't even look like a castle really. It was like a Burning Man style, a hipster style house in Bushwick. It was really, really great. But I was so excited. Okay, I get to live with non-Jewish people. Okay, they were good people. Plus, they weren't Jewish. Okay, they didn't know that I really liked them because they weren't Jewish. That was mostly why. I had my best friend. I made a best friend. My best friend, she was a DJ. Her name was Rachel Cross. That means not Jewish. Okay, if her name was Christian Cross, I would have married her. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And one time she said, Shmuley, I don't really care about religion. I said, wait. I told her what my rabbis told me. I said, listen, Rachel, your mother's an Episcopalian, you're an Episcopalian. Yeah. I said, what? Do you think they killed 6 million Episcopalians for you to just throw it all away? Okay. With the Episcopalians, it's just the opposite, okay? It's 2 Episcopalians, 1 opinion. So, okay. That joke should come with an explanation. Anyway, so I live with the non-Jews. I mean, they were happy and easygoing. Jews are not like that. Okay. Yeah, I know they say that Jews suffer from depression and OCD. Please, we actually enjoy it. Okay. I mean, the people at the castle that I lived in, they were good. I made good friends with them. They were great. I just never really understood exactly what they were saying. Okay. I would always hear like half sentences interspersed with laughter that doesn't really belong in that place. I don't know. And then they would all call each other Polly and take something called Molly, and everyone would go upstairs and take their clothes off. I don't know. I was never invited to that party. Pure anti-Semitism. That, and I asked a lot of stupid questions. Why are we here? Why are we taking our clothes off? What's a sex party? I have a cousin named Molly. Why do we keep on bringing her up? Now, I don't get the whole poly thing. I don't think many people know what it is. Poly, it's not poly-sci, it's polyamorous. It's very confusing. Anyway, how could you cheat on your girlfriend in front of your wife? Okay, usually you're supposed to sneak around. Over here, everyone does it in front of each other. I don't know, it was very confusing. Anyway, then I got set up, and I didn't get set up. I was going to go on a date with this non-Jewish burner girl, okay? And it was great, I was very excited. But the problem is, okay, I'm a guy, I'm thinking I should have a little bit more experience than her, right? Okay, the problem is that she went to her first sex party when she was 16, and my only experience in dating was getting in trouble for talking to my cousin. Yeah. She had so much sex, she was in charge of something called consent. Okay? Consent is very important, but when that's the theme of the party, you know the music is going to suck. Alright? No, consent is important, but consent. Okay, for me, a girl's like an alien. Okay, you don't touch aliens, alright? Only consent. Alright. Next subject. Growing up, there's a there's a balance of power between men and women. We're going to talk about that. And like they don't understand. In the religious world, there's a balance of power between men and women. So in some ways, women are ahead of men. Some ways, men are ahead of women. In the regular sort of everyday world, it's like women can sometimes say whatever they want. The men are not allowed to get angry. Okay, a woman could be like, "I'm going to kill the guy," and everyone says, "You go, girl." And the guy says, "I'm genuinely upset." They say, "Are you going to hurt her?" Like, I don't understand. What does this mean? What does this mean that a guy can't get angry? Okay, what does this mean that this emotion of anger is all emotions are embraced? Okay, this comes from people that are supposed to believe in science, they're supposed to believe in emotion, but anger is an emotion like every other one. Okay, these fake people that believe in science and emotions, and every second they're going to a therapist and another therapist and a backup therapist and an addiction counselor and self-help courses. All emotions are valid except when a guy gets angry. That's the end of the rant. We're going to move on now to talk about another subject. Okay, I like this joke. Let's see if it works. Okay, another thing I realized is the way men fight and the way women fight. Totally different. Okay, the way men fight is they beat each other up, boom, aggressive, 5 minutes, they're friends again, it's over. Okay, women, they fight for years and years and years. Okay, then they have a sub-fight within the fight, and then what doesn't make sense to me is that they meet up during the fight to talk about the fight. You're in a fight, beat each other up. It just doesn't make sense, okay? Like you go to a barbecue, there's two women there, and they're in a fight. So who are you there for? Okay? The punchline is, I know this lesbian couple. They met online, fell in love, got married, started a family. Okay? I didn't know that the whole time they were in a fight. Okay. Yeah. By the end of the day, okay, I'm Jewish. Okay? What am I going to do? What am I going to move at? Where am I going to live with you people? What am I going to do? What am I going to go move to an Italian neighborhood, talk about we're in a park for 12 minutes? What am I going to do? What am I going to become a hipster, sit there for 3 hours, not say a damn word? Okay, I don't get it. They sit there and I tried it for 3 minutes once. It didn't work. Okay, the real reason I want to stick with the Jews is for the food, okay? Face it, all right? Yeah. You go to Williamsburg, you get for $2, you get this big cheese Danish that tastes good and it's enjoyable and life is good. You go to North Williamsburg for $6.50, a little tiny croissant in a box. And it's dough, and you open it up, and it's dough, and it's more dough, and then and everyone eats it and like, ooh, it's good. Like, shut up. No, it's not. It's terrible. Anyway. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. How much time do we have? We have 3 minutes. Perfect. Okay. I used to be fat. I used to stop imagining it. No, I used to be fat. I used to weigh 400 pounds, okay? All right? Then I lost like 20 pounds. My friends would say, oh, you look great. And everyone else also thought I'm a fat behemoth, whatever, fat ass. Anyway, I don't want to say the F word, okay. Now, the thing is, what's interesting is like this. We think that attractive people get stopped. The reality is the less attractive you are, the more people are going to stop you on the street, okay? I noticed I was putting on more and more weight when more people would stop me on the street, okay? One time this little old lady came over to me and asked me directions. I said, listen here, you disgusting piece of shit, okay? You don't think I try? I don't think that joke makes any sense. Okay, it needs more of an explanation. All right, the worst thing about overweight is being is sitting in an apologetic posture for 3 hours. Okay, on the airplane, right? The worst thing about being overweight is being on the airplane, you're sitting in an apologetic posture for 3 hours. My friends always love me, they want to sit next to me. Suddenly I walk on the airplane, everyone's like, hopefully not us, hopefully not us, hopefully not us. Okay, what I would do is walk on the airplane. Let's say I'm at 27C, I would walk on the airplane, pass by 27, row 27, let them have their celebration, come back and say, hey, it's us. Okay, yeah. All right, listen, well, you know, sometimes in couples you see like a guy is more attractive than the girl, a woman's more attractive than the man, okay? You ever see two fat people dating? Ew, okay. Then they post a couple picture on Facebook, ew. Then the picture frame is never big enough for both of them. Okay, it's not nice to, hey, I told you I used to be fat, so I'm allowed to make fun of black people. Anyway, so that's the thing. Fat couples are actually happier than skinny couples, I gotta tell you, okay? They're not passive-aggressive, okay, to each other. They don't have time for that, all right? They don't cheat. Well, maybe with other fat people, but that's not considered cheating, okay? They don't live in expensive neighborhoods. You ever see a fat couple walking out of a luxury building? Okay, next. A little bit mean. The joke's a little bit mean, this one. Maybe I have to edit it, you know? All right. Let's do some old jokes from a long time ago. All right. People are beautiful, okay? People are. Good follow-up. People are beautiful, and they have to see their own beauty, okay? And I had a friend, she's a girl, she's really beautiful, but she didn't believe in her own beauty. So I called her, and I texted her, and I emailed her, and I messaged her, and I just reached out to her a bunch of times. I really wanted her to see the beauty that she had, okay? When the restraining order came, well, the judge said, no contact, okay, no email, no phone call, no text, no WhatsApp. No contact unless she needs help moving. Yeah, that's the punchline. Okay. Thank you. All right. We have time for one more. But the next word is a whole rant about meditation. A whole thing about you're not going to listen to my voice and plug in my voice in the morning and say, ooh, let's meditate and get silent by listening to Shmuley rambling, okay? It doesn't make any sense for Jewish people. That's why every time Jewish people do meditation, they change their name to Ram 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 Handam, okay? And you look online, their name is Menville Goldstein, okay? You meet a guy in India, it's like, what's your name? They say, my name is Ram 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 Handam Goldstein, okay? All right, or on Instagram, you see this girl's name is Gaia. You're like, shut up, Rachel Moskowitz. Okay, it's interesting though that fake people, these people that get ripped off, these fake meditation weekends, you know, these retreats. It's never successful. It's never like it's always successful doctors or lawyers, professionals, people with money. Those are the people that get ripped off with these meditation weekends. You know, rednecks don't get ripped off with meditation. People that are not, they're not intelligent people. They're only smart people get ripped off with these fake meditation stuff. Okay, the guy that's going to help you fix your car on the side of the road, he's not going to get ripped off. Successful, smart people, what do they pay? $2,000, $4,000, $8,000 $8,000 for the weekend, and then they sit and they look and they look and they look, and then they put spices on the fire. What the hell? One guy sings a song on a guitar, terrible voice, and everyone says, great weekend, great weekend. It doesn't make any sense. $8,000, they sit on the grass. No cheers. Can't afford cheers. Charge you $8,000, you can't afford cheers. Can't afford a nice couch. No outdoors and no cheers. Then the person comes out, they say, listen, you pay $8,000 for the weekend, we're going to have healing, we're not going to talk for a week and a half. That's the best thing ever. I wish I could do that as a show. Everyone pay me $50 and come watch me, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to put on any clothing. Well, that's going to be $100. Okay, but seriously, I mean, another thing about meditation is, how come meditation is supposed to be about love and peace and quietness and beauty? How come it is that every person that does meditation sounds like they're going to kill you in a second, right? They sound like they're going to murder you, they're going to stab you. It's like establishing yourself in a sitting posture that embodies a mountain-like dignity. Like, I'm so scared, I'm so sorry, I don't know what I did wrong. Your attention drops to the breath and my breath. And, okay, there are worse than people that are pre-offended. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I think I'm done. A lot of thinking. All right, this has been fun. It's been a great foray back into comedy. Thank you.